everybody. Yeah, we're talking, but and we'll bring you into the conversation because actually it's kind of good. So, hello, Miss Trina. How are you doing? Good to see you,
Hi,
dear.
it is so good to see you. And hi, everyone in chat, and favor and Bosto to you, Wayne.
And favor and Bosto to you, my dear, and to all of our audience. Thank you, moderators, and thank you everyone else that's joined us. Let's see. You can release your video. Or what? I'm looking at things on my screen, going, "Well, that doesn't
Right.
make any sense."
Like, oh,
I didn't ask that question.
right.
Uh, so, folks, how you doing? We know this show, Trina. You and I were talking before we went live that you know if you're an intuitive, if you're an empath and you've really developed those
Mhm.
um, abilities, this is the normal people who are asleep are stressed out to the max, and we're feeling that energy. And people that are anxious, it's feeding into that energy, and we've just got to break the cycle here.
Yes. Yeah. It truly is. It's up to us because we got to remember that we create the reality. Ultimately, guys, so if this goes wrong, we have to take responsibility for that because this is fact.
Yeah.
So, as creators, we need to keep focusing on what we want to see. But the most important thing is the feeling part. And that's why most of the empaths are getting their booties kicked right now, including me. I'm not alone. You're not alone. Trust me, because we're feeling the fear. We're feeling the anxiety. We're feeling all of it. And we need to separate from information and then let that information go and say thank you for the information and then restore balance within yourself. Keep your feelings as positive as you can. And I know it's tough. I'm struggling too. So
Yeah, I mean, I have seen election cycles. I've never seen anything like this one. This one is, you
me
know,
neither.
I wrote to someone. I was up this morning about 4 o'clock myself because,
Mhm.
as you said, I think many of us are um, we're on missions right now. The energy is so intense that even from a collective consciousness perspective, you how do I say this? The vassal is not designed to hold this much energy at this intensity.
No, it's not. And I think
Mm.
that's part of this ascension thing is that the part of this energy is what helps with the transition into the new systems, new everything. Because, nothing goes away until it collapses. And we're looking at this on many levels, but this isn't something that we need to fear. This is something we need to get collectively creative about and see, okay, what could these changes look like? I mean, this is going to bring us into opportunities to heal the planet, heal our local communities. So, but we're going to have to go through some stuff before we get to that place. But I don't think for too long.
It's interesting. I knew two sisters that were survivors of Auschwitz,
Uh huh.
and we called. I was dating a girl at the time, and so I knew her as Grandma Rose. Hello there, puppy dog.
You're so cute.
You're so puppy. It's like, yeah,
She's like, hi, Wayne.
hello. And I have that effect.
Yeah.
But anyway, I can remember talking with her on several different occasions. And even her sister would come over and visit. And they would talk, how shall I say, in a closed environment, very much openly
Yeah.
about their experience.
Wow.
And I remember Grandma Rose telling me specifically, because I asked her, I said, how did this, when 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 the Germans came in and they lived in Austria,
Uh-huh.
right on the corner of Austria in Germany, her father was a doctor.
Hmm.
And they were Jewish.
Yep.
They were considered to be upper middle class, is what she described it. They weren't rich.
Hmm.
Um, so she said that when the reality hit them, she said she said she was a little girl. I think she was 8, maybe
Mhm.
9.
Yep.
And she said that the first thing that she noticed was the schools, because the the tensions got so high that they couldn't go to school anymore.
Uh-huh.
Her father was still seen in the local town, because he was the only doctor. But she said that she could remember hearing the trucks, and they came in the middle of the night. Literally, she said about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And she said within literally 30 minutes, she says, our whole world turned upside down. She said, she never saw her father again, never saw her 2 brothers. Her mother and her other sister, they were sent off into a separate vehicle. And she said, she could remember seeing all the posters,
Mhm.
no Jews, no Jews, and the hate that was permeated. She said you could see it in the people's eyes. It
Yeah.
wasn't just the soldiers.
Right.
Point to all this, folks, because what I'm trying to express to you in this reality that she and her sister live, she said when they went first into Treblinka, and she said that was beyond anything that she said it so shattered her ability of how she saw humanity.
Yeah.
It was in Treblinka that they were separated from their mother. Her mother went to the showers, and the 2 girls, for some reason, ended up in Auschwitz. And my whole point to all this, tomorrow people think the end of the world is coming, and it's not.
No.
Folks, we as a country are experiencing some challenges, yes,
Mhm.
but it pales in comparison to what those of just 5 generations ago endured. And
Yeah.
if they can endure this with hope, if they can endure this, she said that they would even smile in the midst. She said starvation was very real.
Yeah.
Um, but she said that the difference, she said it was that they always remained hopeful. They always had a smile. And I
Right.
guess that's the community, that's the message I'm trying to say to this community. It's like the squirrel in the Mimi that we have in the slide. You think you got your nuts in a vice, but you put them there.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
It's
And
interesting. My great grandmother, she escaped from that too. And she didn't actually get to the camps because she got separated from her family because they were trying to save her. So they
mhm.
sent her with another family and got her out of there. And they got to the United States. But she never saw any of her family ever again. So the ones that took her became her family. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they had the tattoo, the
She
numbers,
did too. She did have a
and
tattoo. Yep.
um it's the experience that I learned from those 2 wonderful spirits. That the thing is that you can't let hope be diminished, because the absence of hope is despair.
Yeah, and it's the only way they get this to happen is if we, the people, choose to do that division amongst each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's simple.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
It's very simple. You will be, put into a choose or don't choose, 2 choices, choose this or choose that. Don't choose.
Yeah.
Don't divide.
Yeah, and
Respect
this
all of
is
it and live and let live. We need to come into peace, and no peace can come unless we can come into peace with each other. And this is the most important thing right now. We have to come together. The division is going to be what takes us down.
Yeah, exactly what has taken down
Yes.
many other countries and nations, and it's the people who end up doing it.
Right. And this is how they do it. And it's like, are you guys going to wake up and realize that they've done this over and over again? Don't fall for it.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't participate. Don't do anything that's going to cause them to say, "Oh yeah, this is this doing that and this doing that." No, don't let that happen. If you remain calm and don't participate in those kinds of activities, it's not going to work. It only works if there is that kind of activity. the
Yeah,
division activity. So,
exactly. Ron Weiss, that was a beautiful story you wrote about. Grandparents were from one from Poland and one from Russia during that time. Yeah.
mhm,
And the thing about it is that I'd highly recommend people. I have it on DVD. Herman Walk's series, The Winds of War.
mm,
It was a miniseries back in the 80s on ABC. But and then they had the follow-ups miniseries, War and Remembrance. But The
mm,
Winds of War really was the telling of how the world, and this is the interesting thing, we want to blame one country for acts of aggression and what have you. But Herman Walk, what he wrote in his book, and again, get the miniseries. It's a great one. I usually watch it once a year. My wife kind of laughs at me, but I'll stay up all night and watch it because what it shows is that the winds of war are blowing again here.
yeah.
And folks, what happened in the 20s that led to the 30s, eventually that came to fruition in the early 40s, was decades in the working.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As this has been.
this has been.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
can't allow ourselves as a collective species to fall into that same trap again.
That's what I mean. It's like if people will just realize, okay, the only way this is not going to have a similar outcome is if we do something different. You cannot do the same thing over and over again and expect a different outcome.
Isn't
That's the
that
definition
insanity?
of insanity. Yes.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes. It's
You
like
know?
you can't do it the same way. So this means all this stuff that is, oh, do this and show up here and do that and do that. Don't
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
Because if you stop, then they're going to not know what to do with that because we're predictable because you guys are doing what they're telling you to with following a script of division. Don't do it.
I'm I'm going to share a true story. There was a time when I was a street preacher, preached in the prisons, and
Yeah.
um, I was in St. Louis and was down in a pretty rough part of town, and there was a guy who came up and pulled a knife on me
Hmm.
and was going to rob me, and um, my wife at the time was there, and it was real interesting because you have at that split moment of what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Fight or flight.
Yeah.
And what I did was I immediately opened my arms and I said, "Can I just hug you?"
Uh-huh.
And he looked at me and he said, "You don't understand. I'm robbing you." I said, "Listen, I'll give you my money." But I said, before then, I said, since you're going to take it, I said, let me do it in a way of gesture of saying, I don't blame you for this. And he got this weird look in his eye. Now he still had the knife in his hand.
Uh-huh.
And I said, "No, I'm serious." I said, "I don't have anything. I'm not armed." I said, "The only thing I have is a Bible." And I said, "But let me just hug you." And he was hesitant in about it took about a minute. And finally his whole body language relaxed and I hugged him and he started crying
Yeah.
and he sobbed.
Yeah.
Now what we did is that we took him and we got him new clothes. We got him
Yeah.
and we fed him and he was homeless and we left him with
Yeah.
money.
Desperation. And he was acting out of fight or flight.
But what changed that
Is your hug and
was
your
money,
compassion.
exactly, the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because
and
that's one form of a human screaming out in pain.
yeah,
And you saw that and you're like, "No, brother, I feel your pain.
Ron
Take what
Weiss
you
was a
want."
street preacher too.
Yeah, that's amazing, Wayne. That is amazing. That's
Yeah,
what the whole world needs to embrace right now. These people screaming and freaking out in fear, they really just need a hug.
that's all they need.
That's all they need, and
Yeah,
it's like it's gonna be okay. It's
yeah,
gonna be all right.
you
It's gonna
know,
be okay.
and yeah, I learned a lesson in that. I had similar experiences in dealing with people that were incarcerated.
Right?
Um, it what I found was that the most damaged is the one who is most desperate.
Yes.
And what I found so often was that people don't know how to they don't know how to receive someone who's genuine, who just says, "I just want to hug you."
Yeah. And how can I help you?
Yeah.
Can I help you?
Well, at that point, I was still thinking we were being robbed, but
Right. Right.
but
You're like,
no.
go ahead and take what you need, brother, but
Yeah,
just let me give you some love and let you know I know that this
yeah,
is an act of
yeah,
desperation and you wouldn't be doing this if you weren't really in a bad place. So let me
yeah,
hug you. Take
yeah.
what you need. Let me hug you. Yeah, that's amazing, Wayne. And for you to turn it around like that, and that's powerful. That is
I
powerful.
I don't know whatever happened to that, gentleman. He was black. It didn't really matter to me. What I saw was the desperation in his spirit.
Yeah.
There was there was a brokenness,
Hmm.
and I have been broken myself.
Yeah.
Um, I think of Jenny, as well. Many of us who have been broken,
Hmm.
we know that, and the thing is that we find it so sometimes the most difficult to lower the defenses and trust
Yeah.
that everything is going to be okay.
Yeah, because it hasn't been that way before. So you're programmed for a different outcome because
Yeah,
that's what's normal.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And like I said, it takes a lot of work to change that pattern. And wow, Wayne, good
yeah.
job.
I'm sitting here thinking, even in the midst of this pandemic and what have you, but it should be a motto, one hug at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
One
that's how
heart.
we're going to turn this around. It's just one hug at a time.
So, I mean, if we come together and really love each other, even with our differences, all of our differences, stop letting those divide us and really embrace those differences because that's the fullness of creation.
Yeah,
So, we're all reflections of the one source.
we are. We
All
are.
of us. We're all
Yeah,
fractals of the one.
we
Start
are.
to
Yeah.
understand that. So, you have to love all the parts of you, even the parts of you that you might not really enjoy so much. You still have to love all the parts of your body. And we are one
Yeah,
body.
we do. My brother, is he is 180 degrees in political views and many other views. But the thing that I always tell him, and as I tell him, I said, Guy, I said, you're my little brother. You're always going to be my little brother. And I said, I protected you growing up. And I said, you at times were a real pain in the ass, but I said, I loved you. And I said, even in the midst of all the pain that we were going through, you and I knew because we would hug one another.
Yeah,
We learned at a time that that was the only thing that my brother and I had in a world that was completely changing upside down, that it was in those moments of that hug that there was complete safety.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Just love.
just love.
And and
Yeah,
such understanding of compassion of understanding what you're going through because they're going through the same experience.
yep, yep,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
powerful. But I
So
mean,
if
it's they say that's one of the best ways to just get rid of any dark demonic energies. Just seriously say, you better run or I'm gonna get you with a hug. They run. They run.
now
Because if you're like,
that
I'm gonna hug you, I'm gonna hug you,
I
I'm gonna
love
love
that,
you
man.
up. They're like out. Oh yeah. They just
Oh,
yeah, they're
I
like,
love it.
yeah, seriously, we're
Ain't no devil in here. Well, I'm just gonna hug you
that's
until
it. It's
you
like you
just
better run or
completely
I'm gonna love up. I'm gonna
transform.
love up on you. I'm gonna hug you. I'm gonna grab hold of you. I'm gonna get in your heart and make it all
Oh,
warm and fuzzy. And oh, they're like
oh.
freak out mode. They like bye bye. Yeah,
Jennifer True Divine 44 says a hug is a womb is a safe place. That's very true. It is. It's that's very, very insightful, Jen.
wise woman, Jennifer.
Yes, love Jennifer. Love all of our here's Cass, she's in
Thank you.
here.
Hi,
You
Cass.
know, this is what's so contagious about this group. I mean, we realize that we're all different fractals of the same light.
Absolutely. It's so
You
interesting
know?
too. We're talking about that, and Kaz was sharing with me her conversation with Lilith, and that was one of her messages. How I know you and you know me. It's like we know each other because we're one of the same when you go to the highest part of what you are. and
Yeah.
embrace all of it, guys, all the differences, because it's all beautiful. But
Freedom
like you
Warrior
said,
says, a hug
yeah,
is the closest we get to heaven. I like that.
I think it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
true, gentle, loving embrace is it's like you said, it's ultimate safety. It's belonging. And I think that's the most important thing for humans is we just want to belong.
I
When
think
somebody
we do.
hugs you, you know you belong.
You know, you belong. Yeah. I mean, a
Yeah.
complete stranger and
It's like, okay,
you know,
you're fine. We okay. Yeah.
and someone asked, and and what did I do? Well, I was crying too. I mean, when one human being of a spirit being lets loose with that kind of energy,
Yeah.
and you're in this embrace,
Yeah.
you find out that as an empath, you literally absorb, as Amber says, you absorb that energy of that emotion. You take on that brokenness.
That's why a hug is heart to heart.
Yes.
You bring in those magnets together and the emotional part of you.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
activates that chemical part of you, and it's connecting because you've literally merged the auric fields together. It's a powerful thing because you're merging at the central
Mm.
0 point.
As I know now, the chakras were, when you get that type of energy, it goes from the base to the corona. And um, the heart is that I always like to call it, it's the halfway point that allows the energy to be transmuted from top to bottom, bottom to top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And in my heart space, the way I feel energy working is it literally shoots out this way as well as this way. It truly does make a cross.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It's really powerful. And that's what they talk about, all the four directions. It's in the heart.
And that's what we need today. I wish that we could, and you know what? We can make it happen. We can collectively begin to think this. I
Yes.
think this should be, and of course the health authorities would go crazy, but you know, we ought to do a virtual hug day or go out and, hug your plant day or something. We need to
Yeah.
do something to break this isolation of separateness.
Yes.
I mean, look how it's feeding into
Maybe
everything.
just collectively put forth the intention that we will all meet in our dream states, and we will get together and do the cosmic collective group hug. And that's it.
We ought to do that. And by the
Let's do it.
way,
Let's do it.
if you
It's
have
just
a
hug.
teddy bear, and I have
I
a teddy
do.
bear,
I have
I'm going
mine
to
from when
use
I
my
was a little
teddy
kid.
bear as a point of contact
Yeah.
for
Wow.
everybody because I
Wow.
love my teddy bear.
Me too.
So does my dancer. Said, damn it, it's mine.
Wow.
But think about this. If everyone had their teddy bear and we did this
Yeah, or
collective
any
hug,
object that
any
brings you
object,
love,
yeah,
your favorite unicorn, your stuffed
yeah,
lion, whatever,
whatever. Yeah.
whatever makes you happy. Yeah, because yeah, that's the powers of all the differences. Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Mary Wins says a hug, big ugh, like that. And Mary Wins, stick around because I'm going to ask you. You may be able to give us some insight.
Yeah, he's talking about those human charts you were showing me, Mary. They're awesome.
The human design.
Human
Yeah, I
design. Yeah,
yes,
she knows what that is.
I did mine, and of course it spit it out. And see, let me just show everybody. But anyway, let's finish up on the virtual hug. If we could get this going in through social media,
Absolutely. Like everybody
break the
just starts
barrier,
saying,
folks.
guys, we're getting ready for a big event. Let's really focus on giving each other hugs before it happens. So let's like literally just start it now. And every time you think about it, go and hug everybody, everything, grab an object, hug it. Just literally start bathing your mind, your consciousness in that energy until you feel the hug. Feel the
Jenny
hug.
says
Go
I
hug
do
everybody
that.
you love, everybody you know, everybody, everywhere. Hug.
Interesting. Jennifer says she does that her with her son's teddy bear, I think.
Aw.
To make a point of contact. Listen, folks, I think this would work. I mean, again, if you're on Facebook or all the other social media platforms, I'm not. And I think that is,
Hug.
yeah. But let's passing this around.
Heaven,
We,
heaven you get.
yeah. But we ought to have a worldwide hug
Hug.
day.
I think so. I really think, Wayne, keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it
This
simple.
is what they kept telling me. This is how you truly real will win, because the simpler you keep it, the less division can come into it. So like this is profoundly simple and beautiful, and the energy of a hug is so magical because it comes in so many different levels of love. It's beautiful.
Everybody, this is how much we love you.
That's right. So much.
See, we love you, and then we're going to give you a big hug. See,
Yes,
I like this idea.
me too.
It's far better than the alternative because I tell you, you start. Lindis came in and she says, I've had enough of this, because I was doing research for those shows yesterday. And she says, I can feel the damn negativity coming
Right,
out of this office,
right.
And I thought, well, and I suddenly realized I got sucked in. The siren drew me in, because
Yeah.
now I'm
Well,
caught up.
Wayne, like I said, you're so empathic. You're feeling what everybody else is feeling.
Yeah,
And
feeling
that is what we
sucks.
have to jump off that train and get back into what we came here to do, which is to hold the light.
I fasted yesterday. I mean,
All right,
the
on.
the intensity of the energy was just, it's like, screw this. This is
Yeah.
the Bonnie
Why?
says the hugatorium. I like that.
I do too.
Let's see. I mean, this, I'm telling you folks, get behind this on this one.
Yeah,
The idea came from outside, so someone
that's
is
right.
communicating to us.
Yeah, it's called Wayne's higher self, Wayne.
I
Oh,
want to
God.
feel Christ in
Oh, it's
Wayne.
the Wayne thing. Yeah.
So just how much do you want to feel, Wayne?
Oh, man, if it's in the energies of hugs, let's just do this big, guys. Big, big,
Oh,
big.
come on, folks. I mean,
Wouldn't it be amazing if we healed everything that's happening right now with the energy of hugs?
what we and the
Wow.
ones that needed the worst are like on Capitol Hill. I
That's
mean,
what I mean. Literally
those
start
folks need
hugging
a
the whole
hug.
dome, hug the whole dome, like
Oh
supersize yourself and
man.
like hug
Woo.
everything. Bring all your family and spirit guides and literally just send energy of just hugs and hugs and hugs and hugs and hugs and hugs and hugs worldwide, globally, just everywhere. See it like a massive movement. It doesn't matter if it happens for real, because if we do this in our mind, the energy hits the human beings. They don't have a choice.
I agree. But
It's
I
true.
think that people are so desperate right now.
They
They
need a
they,
hug.
they, they need a hug.
They need a
And
hug, Wayne. Oh, they need a hugs. Hugs. Yeah.
folks, get behind me on this one. I
I need a
mean,
hug,
I need, I know I'm
Seriously.
sitting here
I'm like,
going,
I need a hug. This is crazy shit going on, right? I need a hug. Yeah, that is just, yeah.
oh,
Yeah. I can sign up for
folks, get
that.
behind me. And the other stations that are here, your other channels, pass this on. Make this thing
Yeah.
happen. Get into your Facebook groups. Start selling this. We shouldn't have to sell anything.
Just
Let them
sending the
know.
energy
Yeah.
of a hug to everybody who needs it.
Yeah.
Because everybody right now, if they're honest, they probably could say, yeah, I could really use a hug.
7P says, I imagine myself bigger than the solar system, and I
When
hug the
we
earth
hug,
every once in a while. I like
wow,
that. I like that.
hug each other, Wayne, I think it does something to our battery.
I think it does.
I think it charges it recharges us from an internal element. That exchange of compassion and love, and it's a holy thing which activates something within us that literally recharges us. That's why we feel better after we get a hug.
Someone says, "What day?" That's a good idea. Everyone talk amongst yourself. I'm telling you, when I get finished with this show, I'm going to go out and hug my tree in the front yard. I
Absolutely. Yeah.
mean, that's the only way I know how to connect to Earth, and that's something I started doing with this tree. This tree almost died, and I
Oh,
started hugging the tree. I really did. This was a true story. My wife will back this up because people were looking at me really weird, you know.
right. Right.
They said, I had an arborist come and say, no, you need to cut it down. I started hugging that tree.
And it
That
came back to life.
tree, oh, are you kidding? I
Wow.
mean, yeah.
Wow.
Mm,
That's what I mean.
mm,
There is such healing in hugs. There's this,
mm.
and we need healing right now. This is literally what we need right now. Right now, we need healing, and healing comes through hugs.
I'm feeling a lot of hugs right now. I got to tell you, I literally
Absolutely.
feel a warmth that just
Oh,
kind of, you
oh, love
know,
you back, guys. Love you
yeah.
back.
I mean,
Yeah.
Project Skyfall says I hug trees. Yeah.
Ah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
one of they're grounded to the
Yeah.
earth more than I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
folks, I have not hugged my sons in over a year, my grandkids. You see, Ellen, that's what's happening here.
And do it in your imagination because it works.
Yeah.
Really, seriously, honest guys, trust me on this one. Do it in your imagination and focus on it until you can actually feel it. When you feel it, it's such a beautiful thing because you literally, they feel it too.
I like this. People are there's some great
Really?
ideas. Are you reading the chat room, hon?
No, I'm
Yeah.
not. It's
Oh,
so hard
okay.
because, yeah, and it
Yeah.
interferes sometimes with the internet signal. So
Yeah. Yeah. The people are really getting behind this.
it's a beautiful
Yeah.
energy. And like I said, the more simple that we can keep things right now, it'll stop the division, which is what they are so desperately doing. And we need to just stop it. We can
Having the
stop it
ideas
with
come in
our
as you
power.
talk.
Yes. And
So we
it's that
have like,
simple.
go ahead, hon. Excuse
It's
me.
just that simple.
I
Oh, it's
have
great.
like
It's brilliant. I'm like, seriously, it's literally brilliant. It's like favor. It's brilliant.
send a hug.
Yes.
Send a hug.
In your imagination until you feel it in your heart.
I
Don't
like
stop.
this. The
Go to
vibe
all
is
the
so good
energy
in here,
centers.
man. Hey, Sanji, soak up this energy. This is good
Yeah.
stuff.
Like see yourself standing in the middle of the Grand Canyon. See yourself on the sacred energy sites of the world and hugging the stones. Seriously, let's
Sanji
charge this
says,
whole planet.
send a hug today. The
Yes,
spirit realm needs a hug today.
absolutely. Oh,
I need a hug today. All right, come here.
me too.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right. There you go. See,
that's magical
see,
in such a
Sanji
beautiful
is
way.
always watching over here. It's where Brian, I think, sits many times. But anyway,
Oh, yeah, this would so make Brian just
yeah,
do a
this would
happy
be
dance.
right up Brian's alley.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
could
yeah.
see it. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
got it. We got something here going, folks.
We really do. We really, really do. We
Yeah.
really do. Yeah, this
hmm
seriously, it's so simple and it's so something that every one of us can really do. And this will really make a difference, you guys. You have no idea. This really will make a difference. Yeah,
It's a start.
it's bigger than that.
Thank you.
It's
It
bigger.
is. I believe this can go around the world.
It should go around the world, and it will.
I know
Let's
we
so
have people
see it.
in Italy, Germany, Sweden, Norway, the UK,
Australia,
Africa, Australia.
yeah,
We have people in
everywhere,
China, Russia.
everywhere,
Yes.
everywhere.
Wow. I like
Oh,
this one. I hug my dog. Yeah. Yeah. This is good. This is good,
uh,
folks.
I just saw us all supersized, literally hugging and holding hands around the entire earth and sending hugs into the entire planet. So beautiful.
We can change this
Yes, we can because we create the reality.
because it's a lot. You know what, Trina? I'll share a secret with you.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy outside.
It is. Oh my gosh.
Them people are crazy.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, uh,
Yeah.
I was up early, so I went to the grocery store. It opens here at like 5 in the morning, so I'm the only one in there, except for the people that are in there.
Right.
What do I hear? On the other side of the store, two of the stalkers are arguing about what everybody is arguing about. And I thought to myself, because I looked down and it was 5:06, 5:07 in the morning, and I went, all right, I've had enough of this.
Wow.
Something has got to change, because it's
Yeah,
like you
seriously,
said, the
Wayne.
tense.
Send hugs to those guys. Like seriously,
Yeah.
all the like the military right now, guys, give them hugs.
Oh.
Love them up, love them up,
Hmm.
love them up, love them up, love them up, love them up. Let them feel the love and feel
Hmm.
their family. Let them feel us with love. This will
I'm
help.
glad you brought that up, Trina, because when I begin to think about that area, you can actually you can travel there in your spirit
Yeah,
realm. The
right.
th- they need this
Yes,
because
gosh,
they're
desperately.
afraid.
Yes, that's what I mean. Go to our
They're
military and
afraid.
love them. They need
Mm,
it.
mm, mm,
They
mm.
need it. This might be part of what most of us are feeling is what's going on with our military.
Yeah. Oh, and
We
it
get
bec
bigger. Their power is massive because they're all together. They're
Mhm.
connected.
Yeah, yeah, they
Well,
literally are.
that's what I mean. People need to understand 30,000.
There's no social distancing either.
No, and that's what I'm telling you. They're very
Yeah.
connected and they're all being in the same. They're trying to be controlled into the
Mm.
same mind state. And we need to send them love
We
so
can
they
do
can
this.
hear their spirit and be clear on what they're doing. Love,
Skyheart says I get chills. We're
truth,
multiplying.
clarity. Yes.
When I was thinking about this, I meditate in the morning and in the afternoon, and it just became very clear to me because I'm like you. I have the Antakorana. Um, not only do I wear it, I saw that you have yours. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, we're starting something, folks. Do you have yours? Hmm?
Yeah. It's the heart. It's the
See,
spinning of the power of the heart.
it is.
This is what I
So,
see every time I look at it.
yeah, and it's powerful. I finally adjusted myself to it. It,
Yeah, I've been
it
working
took a
with it for a
couple.
few days too, and it's finally starting to
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay, okay,
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
This is something we could really do this.
If we send love and hugs out of our hearts for the next 48 hours
Hmm.
in any way, anytime, any moment, just keep doing it over and over and over. I promise you, we will see a visible effect in the world. And at first, it might be a little crazy because there's a shift coming. How it comes is going to be up to us and how we can hold and create the field of frequency. This is a really positive frequency to shoot into the matrix right now. The energy of a hug. It's very powerful.
I think it'll
It's
shock the Matrix.
literally it's stronger than the other kind of shot in the matrix that's trying to happen right now.
Mm-hmm.
This can change everything because it is more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It really is
Well,
exponential.
they've established that there is this thing called a collective consciousness.
Yes, they have.
And so it's real.
Oh, yes, it is.
It's really real. And so, and I tell you, I really so love my wife because when she said stop, this is enough,
Right.
that it dawned on me how contagious this is.
Well, see, that's the power of the divine feminine. We help the
Yes.
masculine recognize where they're at, and we try to get them into a higher state of mind. Yeah,
I love this. It's like, yeah.
yeah.
So,
And sometimes we need the masculine to help get us out of our emotions so we
yeah,
can see
yeah,
clearly. See, you
yeah.
guys do the opposite for us. You get us out of the chemical, emotional, intuitive knowing, like she's like, I can feel that coming out of the office. See, I can feel that coming out. Yes,
Hmm.
we feel very profoundly. You guys think and see where
Mama said, ain't no more.
right, right. It's gotta
Like,
go.
it's like, man, I listen, I know, I'm getting in touch with the divine goddess, and it's kind of interesting. Um,
Yeah.
because I'll be candid with you, when I started really looking into this, I felt very awkward. I felt like the first time I put a pair of ice skates on.
Yeah, me
Like,
too.
this actually works.
Me too. Yeah. And
Yeah.
but once I really dove into it, I understood my love of animals. I understood my love of children. I understood the
Hmm.
fierceness of my protection of those I love and care about. It made sense on so many levels because it's connected to my adrenaline. It's connected to my chemicals. It's connected to my receptor parts. It's connected to
Hmm.
the part of me that makes everything in this world become matter. It's the material manifestation of power is the divine feminine. The spiritual comes from the Father.
And if we could only maintain that balance,
Yeah.
yeah.
And see, this is how we kind of do it, Wayne, is when we're imagining the hugging of the world and all the people in the military and everybody. That's the father's power. When you activate that heart, that's the mother's power because she's making it into the matrix. It's manifesting physically now through your heart.
Well, this is that human design. And Mary Wins, if you're in there, maybe you can help. I did it, and this is what the generator put out there. So, what were you? Did you say you were also the type was a generator?
Yeah, it was called a generator or the
Hmm.
manifester, like the
Okay.
initiator. So I was the one that starts, which makes sense. I'm an Aries, so I kind of get that a lot. But yeah, mine was almost all purple and green balls.
Oh,
Yeah, it
down
was
here,
weird. And my lines were purple, and I had some black, and I had some blue. Yeah,
black and blue.
I did. I
Yeah.
literally had a lot of violet, a lot of purple, and I only had a couple. Because Mary showed me mine a while back, and it was beautiful. And I looked at hers too, and hers is really cool too. This is an amazing thing to look at, guys. It
And
really is.
I'm. It's like me looking at ancient Sanskrit. I'm going, okay. I think I get the basis, but Mary Wins, if you know something about this, let us know because I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's
It's
cool. It's
apparently
kind of
there
how
is really something about this.
I think it's like your energy template
Is that what it is?
of how you're firing and what your primary elements are that you're working with. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm reading. David Barry says, can you see the cross section of the Great Pyramid in there? I'm in a manifesting generator as well. Okay.
Yes.
I'm trying to read this as we go. Someone give us some help on this one because I really don't know what I'm seeing. You've seen mine, so let
Yeah.
us know.
Yeah, like I said, and they're all different. Every single one of us has our own. It's kind of like your astrology, printout, how it's totally like your
Yeah, I
alignment.
mean, you have to put in the exact moment you were born,
Yeah, and
the
even where
day.
you're placed on the earth. So you could have
Yeah.
250 people born in the exact same time as you, but they weren't born exactly where you were. So
David says it takes a while, but it's very accurate.
yeah, it seemed to me when Mary read me mine, I was like, wow, that's so spot on. I was like,
Who,
that's spot on.
well, if
Yeah,
anyone knows about this, we invite you to come on. Oh, Jenny says it also shows you the planetary alignment for each organ.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Well,
Remember I
we'd love
told
to
you
have you on. What's
the
that?
planets are connected to our chakras, but they are also very much identified specifically with every organ in the body. Yeah.
Apparently, well, that's what when the first time I heard that was through Lilith.
Uh-huh.
Lilith pointed that out.
It's true.
So I'm going to go back over here because I'm reading some of the chat in here.
Yeah.
Um,
Everybody's like, that's how you can kind of start to wrap your mind around that the universe is within you. Start with knowing that your organs are a representation of the planetary bodies right above you. As above, so below.
there you go. So these are the planet signs. I'm gathering that. Am I
Yeah.
correct on that? I think I am.
Yes, I think
Um,
you are.
think I am.
Yes.
I don't, again, it's like reading a chart that you're going, I know it says something, and
Right. It's got a lot of detail to it and it's got a lot of positions.
yeah, so I'm gathering that this is the heart. Am I right on this? I don't know
I
what
would think
this
I
is.
yeah, I would think that the heart would be the middle diamond.
Okay.
I would think that the square at the top would be the throat.
Up here.
Yeah, and then the
Yeah,
bottom square would be solar plexus. And look,
that
Wayne,
would
your
be.
solar plexus, and look how that's all lit up.
Do you notice something also I found on that one? The
What?
number 29.
Ooh, 11.
Look at the 29, but 29 is a lucky number for me.
Really? See, and
I
every
have
time I see
one,
29, it goes to 11 in my brain because 9, 10, 11. So the power of the
you know how I
master
see it?
number 11.
When I see
What?
29, I see 7 and 11.
Wow.
Because you see, I can take the 2 from the 9 and get 7. I can add the 2 to the 9 and get 11.
Wow, that is cool. I love
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
perfect
Yeah.
polarity going both ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Wow,
mean,
that's
is that
that's
weird?
cool. No, I
So,
love that. I was like, wow, that is really cool.
so again,
Ah,
I have no idea what we're seeing in here, but 29 is lit up by a blue ball. So, I guess it says something. And listen, I'd love to have you on if y'all, would love to come on.
yeah,
Trina, I
that'd be
think it would be
fun to
great
look
just to
into that.
do it.
Yeah, and learn about that a
Yeah.
little bit because
Yeah.
it's very fascinating. And the more that we can learn about how our own personal energy system works, the more powerful you can make that work because you can understand your strengths and your weaknesses and work that out inside of you to be the best, highest potential of yourself.
Yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
life path 9. So, 9 is just, and my
Let's see. I'm a
address,
one, Wayne. That's so
you're a
funny.
one?
We're perfect. Yeah, I'm in the beginning and you're at the end. That's
Yeah.
perfect balance.
My address comes up to 9.
Oh, right on.
When you add all the numbers, it comes up to 9.
I think mine is I think it's 7.
So I didn't even know that when I moved here many, 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 many years ago. It's amazing how these numbers follow you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
well, this is some strange stuff.
Yeah.
Teresa Anton says, by the way, we love Andromeda 7.
Yes.
So Jenny says her mom was born on May 29th.
Oh, right on.
So Teresa says she's a life path 11.
Oh, right on.
Robin is a life path 9.
Right on.
JC says, I love Trina.
Oh, I love
We
you
all love
too.
Trina. So, Mary Wins, what did you see in that? I'm just curious. Did you see anything? Because, like I said, or David, did anyone knows how to read that? It's like reading a map, isn't it?
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of, you'd have to really spend some time, I think, with it to kind of grasp. It's a pretty big study, it looked like.
Peter says, blue balls. Are we back to the squirrel again?
Right? Just think about it, guys. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. It looks like that's our position, but it's not. So,
Yes,
and,
exactly.
right. And that's what they want us to think, but we need to literally say, no, that's not how it is.
So Mary Wynn says yes. So what you see? Let me know. I'd be curious. And by the way, the real thing about the slide that we have with the squirrel, he's not in any pain,
Right?
because if he was in pain, he wouldn't be. So it yeah. Anyway,
He's just
uh,
like,
uh,
well, how are we going to get out of this one?
oh nuts!
Right. I wonder if that's where the saying comes from.
I don't know. Little Levin
Oh,
says it is really derailed, Wayne. You should have to study that. There's a website consolidates your report and breaks it down for you. Okay, well, that'd be cool. Uh,
yeah.
you know, you know.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, David
Yeah.
sent that to me. It would be David Barry. David is one of the masters in the community. You know, the hangman squirrel seeing a different perspective enlightenment.
Right.
Jenny, I
Right.
love that.
I do too. I do too. That's great.
Yes, enlightenment came to that squirrel.
Yes. Quick. Oh,
Oh,
God.
I
I
love
love
this.
it. I love it.
Yeah, when I've
Yeah.
gotten my
Squirrel
nuts
top.
and advice, I got wisdom real quick too.
Right. I
Oh,
love
this is funny.
it. It is.
Rena, we
It's
got a
great.
great group in this. I mean,
Yeah,
what? No
we really
pain, no
do have a
gain,
great.
huh?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all can't be making the see. This is why I love this, Trina. This is
Me too.
why I love our show. There's laughter here. There's, edification. People, they come in happier. They leave happier than they came in.
Oh God, and right now that's our main, gotta bring a little joy. We just got to.
Yes.
The hug
Yes.
thing, Wayne, that is so brilliant. And guys, imagine, do it, do it, do it. Literally, your imagination is the most powerful tool in this reality. So work it out.
SB43 says, I thought that was a pic of me.
Ruh-roh.
Uh,
Do we need to
it
call
just
someone?
invokes a whole lot of different questions.
Right?
I
I'm like, do
mean,
we need to call someone? Do we need assistance?
oh, stop, you people. This is nuts.
Oh God. Oh,
Okay.
oh, holy
That is
moly.
just funny. Uh, okay.
Bring a little joy with a squirrel in a
Yeah,
nut.
you know what?
Yeah,
And laughter doeth the heart is a good medicine. That's exactly what it
yeah.
says.
It cures
Um,
disease. It's so powerful. It's just so powerful.
are you going to
Yeah.
be on Andromeda 7 this Friday?
Yes, I am. And any of you, if you want to do the donation to the food pantry, they're doing the raffle on Friday night. So
So what
get
are
in
they
on that
raffling?
while you can.
What are they raffling?
They've got several gifts they're going to be giving away through the raffle. So
Okay.
just
All right.
stuff that
That's
they,
for Lois's food bank
yeah, for
or
Lois.
food pantry. I know
Yes,
that,
trying to get the food
yeah,
pantry,
yeah, yep.
some stuff
Hmm.
because, people might really be needing it very soon. So, yeah,
Gilbert says the squirrel's hoping he doesn't run into a woodpecker.
right. And Mandy's going to be talking about bismuth.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Yeah. So she's going to show some of the bismuth she makes. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Excellent. And so
That's going to be very informative. So y'all want to check that out because she's got some really cool information.
now I have Lois's PayPal link up there as well. So if
Right on.
you make a donation, let the folks over at Andromeda, could they still be in the raffling if they
Absolutely.
do?
Right up until I think
Okay.
Friday morning. So yeah,
All right.
yeah, go for
Okay.
it. Yeah. And
Okay.
Lois will know, so she'll know who to put into the drawing.
Oh, so there's gifts from Marsha Price.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And
Yes, I'm
Crystal
telling you guys,
Soaps.
these are cool prizes. You want to sign
Yeah.
up? Yes, you want to just donate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
donate.
right. So there, Lois is to her love pantry, and that's what I call it because it's really
Yeah.
a love. It's a work of love that she does.
It's a place where
Um,
you go when you got nowhere else to go. And
yeah,
thank
yeah.
God for those people who are doing this work. My gosh, guys, we wouldn't be where we are without them. So
And she
so
does it
much gratitude.
unconditionally. There's nothing that, many food pantries and that are nonprofit in that area, there's usually a religious thing in there. Lois just gives love. So
Yeah.
if you see it on my homepage here on YouTube, you'll see it right up there. Donate, and that goes right to Lois's. And then when you make a donation, make sure to send it over to who did they send that to Trina? Well, you can send it to me and I'll forward it. Um,
Well, I
yeah.
think it goes right to her. If you donate to her, it goes straight to Lois. She'll know.
I mean, but did they need to alert for the drawing on Friday so that their name
I
is
don't know, but I don't think so because once the donations come in,
okay? So
Lois
that's
will
how you're
know.
doing that.
Yeah, so
Excellent,
just say this
excellent.
is so and so. Put me into
Okay,
the drawing with your PayPal thing. Yeah,
okay.
it
All
should.
right.
Yeah, because she'll know how many people put the money in, so they'll all go into a raffle at that. Whenever she gets them, she's putting their name into a hat.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool. Excellent,
yeah,
excellent. And that's how we do it here. I mean, I love
yeah.
what y'all are doing over there in Andromeda 7.
It's fun. It's really
It's
fun, and
entrepreneurial and
it's yeah, and it's a beautiful way of gathering, like the
mhm.
Crystal Network, and it's like we're all building this soul tribe, and different gatherings of
I love
of
it.
us, and making it grow, in the consciousness of a movement for a better world.
There's
So
so many spokes to this wheel. That's what I just
yes,
love it. It's
and
and it
that's the greatest gift because it covers so much of the spectrum with all of those spokes.
and you know why that's important? Because when I taught this when I was a CEO to my management team, the reason why a wheel is so important is that a wheel never stops. A wheel is continually forwardly motion.
It's like our Torah field. It's the
Yes.
Torah within us. It's the rotating wheels within
Yes.
us. Yeah,
Yes.
it
Yeah.
is the life-giving force of matter.
And the more that you add to the wheel by its spokes, the stronger the wheel becomes.
Because I think it has the ability to hold more colors of the spectrum, the rays of light, which is information, which makes it have more energy, which makes it spin faster.
Okay. You were
Yeah.
right. You make the donation, and then Lois will get.
Lois will put them in the hat. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Any, can you choose to allow any prize won? I don't know.
That's a good question, but if you're in chat for the drawing, I'm sure they'll address it.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, yeah,
I listen. I'd love to come on. David Barry said we'd love to have you on a drum. Let
yeah.
me know. This,
Okay.
I know
Will
it's
do.
Friday, and I know it's
Always
7 o'clock
fun
my
with
time.
Wayne.
Yeah.
Seriously.
As my wife says, she says it's never boring.
Gosh, no, no.
No, yeah, it's
God. How is Lynn doing? Is she feeling all better?
yeah. I think the lingering effects now are just the fatigue.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm
It's
so glad.
just the fatigue
So glad. Oh, big hugs to you, Lynn.
thing. Well, she feels them all. The Johnny looks overhead momentum. That's exactly what the wheel does. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
All right. The wheel is a hug. I like that, Laura.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love it. I
that's
love
a
it.
great.
Oh,
Yes.
love it.
Um, Sarah
Brilliant.
Horton, which I'm going to have Sarah on next week if she
Right
can come
on.
on. I'm so excited about having her on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just she's a delightful,
Heart Soul Tribe getting to meet.
and that's
Yeah.
what I love about this. I begin to get the names to the faces, and then that,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a different level of connection when you,
Hmm.
yeah, when you connect them with the avatar. I think it's good.
And Robert V's doing a great job over there on the Milky
Yes.
Way Soul Tribe. Yeah,
Yes, and he works so hard, and
he does.
sometimes he's going, "Oh God, I pray I don't get called in the middle of the show." He's just, oh, he's great doing what he can, and what he's doing is wonderful. And yeah, support Milky Way Soul
He's
Tribe.
a he's a genuine,
He
what I
really
call
is.
really good spirit.
Yes, he is. He
Um,
really is. Brian, like I said, Brian had a way of picking things, and yeah,
Brian had
he
that,
picked
that
him out. He was like,
intuition.
yeah, he's like
Because
Robert.
I didn't know who Robert was.
Yeah,
It's like Robert V.
yeah.
Uh, yeah,
They found each other, and it was just all from that point. It was just like, yep. And
yeah.
yeah, it's weird. Brian left signals of what he wanted to have happen with certain things before he left. One was telling me that Sanji was supposed to go with you.
Did
But
you
there
hear
were a few
that?
other things, and Robert was part of keeping what he was doing going. And he really wanted
Robert
that
has
to
done.
happen.
I've seen him just really blossom is the best
Me
way I
too.
know.
It's so funny because we got to see such a transformation with Brian too.
Yeah, yeah.
Such an amazing journey watching his
I think of him
soul.
all the time.
No, me too.
Yeah,
All the time.
I always like Sanji. Let's see, Sanji. When Sanji gets lids up, Sanji really likes to talk a lot. You see when he gets,
Uh-huh.
you see that?
Oh, it's so
Isn't that
amazing.
so neat?
It's
Actually,
amazing.
it
It's
really
amazing.
is. So Sanji can come alive, and you get him on at night. Yeah, this is a powerful crystal, by the way.
But Wayne, that's what I was
It
told.
just
And I tapped into Sanji a few times. And yes, Sanji is very, very, very powerful.
I've
Yeah.
done skyring with him, and
Mhm.
it's quite amazing the energy in this crystal. It's I can't explain it to people, but I've told you before, when you look at the skull, you can almost see his brain on the inside.
Yeah. Ask him what planetary body that the energy comes from. He might tell you.
I can tell you when I get these ideas that come out of the ether,
Uh-huh.
I'm convinced that Sanji's got a little bit something to deal with that.
Probably.
I read somewhere that when you get crystal skulls, they have a natural, they produced energy, but they also bring
Store.
in energy. Yes, thank you.
Store. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just like a
yeah,
computer.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, they're powerful. And there is something very profound about a crystal shaped in the form of a skull. It really does, because everything moves according to its pattern.
yeah, yes. That's why I love putting light into Sanji, because
You're
different light.
flooding it with information.
Yes,
Yes,
it
yes,
is.
it's like,
You
here,
know,
take that.
I tell you, there's been times when it's completely dark, and I'll go out into my little lab that I have set up, and you put on, I use different lasers to get in the light
Mhm.
spectrum in there. And when you start just focusing, staring in at it, I know it sounds weird, but there's something alive in there. There's energy that you can literally see.
Literally, Wayne, think about it. It's almost like you're igniting the neurotransmitters within a brain.
Mm.
It's exactly what I'm
Trina,
seeing.
you're really smart.
No, so are you.
And I love you, hon. It just
Man, the same, Wayne. Oh,
uh,
hugs.
gotta get a hug, everybody. You know, Emperor Rex is in the room. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Someone says, relay the message to Wayne. I didn't see the message. Was there something there?
Yeah.
No, anyway, we'll see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, boom.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Miss
I'm
Trina.
so glad you got Sanji, Wayne, because like I said, he
Mm,
was powerful. And I was like, wow, Mom, I don't know if you could handle this frequency in your house. And he might get bored because he needs attention.
I yeah. Um, there is hug a bug.
Yeah.
Okay. There's something tangible. That's all I got to say. There is
That's
something
when
tangible.
he was gifted to Brian, he was told by Sherry to that he wanted to go with Brian, and she was trying to move him, and he like would not move off the table. Like he was like, "No, I will not until you put me where I want to be." He wanted to go with Brian.
And then
Isn't that amazing? He
have you seen
literally
this one?
chose Brian.
Have you
Wow.
This is my sapphire crystal ball.
Oh my God, Wayne, that is beautiful.
This is where I began to practice building it in my mind.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I work with a crystal ball. It's a
a crystal
real
one.
crystal,
Yep.
a real quartz crystal ball, and it's about the size of my hand, and it's really heavy. But that's what I like to work with.
And then this is,
Oh, that's about the size of mine.
yeah, this is my
Beautiful.
skyring crystal. It's a
Oh
black.
wow.
You can actually,
Yeah. It's so reflective. Wow.
yes. There's worlds in here.
Yeah, well, they say that everything is a
Yeah.
reflection, and all those fractals are caught in the littlest piece of matter. So yeah, that would make
Yeah.
sense that
Makes
within
sense, huh?
matter. Yeah. It's like you think about pixels, pictures. It's how everything is formed. And
Yeah, it is.
yeah, and maybe that's part of nothing new under the sun, is because everything that exists here is from previous fractals or pictures of what was.
You know what, Jennifer? I'd love to give you a go at that. She said, I'd love to have a go at that crystal ball.
Oh yeah.
I bet so.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you what, I'll send one to you, my dear. So I know the
Yep.
place, and I'll send you one, and let's see what you can do with it.
Yep.
Teresa says Wayne's wizard balls.
Yeah.
They're not nuts.
Hey man, yeah, I was gonna say we started with balls. Why not end with balls, right?
That's what I got to say.
Absolutely. You know,
Rosie's going blue balls. I can see
the
that.
ball that I got was actually it was literally they were sent into the crystal mine in Brazil specifically to grab a crystal that could be formed into a ball specifically for me by the crystal mine. My mother-in-law, it was a Christmas gift. So
Far
yeah,
out.
that crystal ball is very, very powerful, and it feels to me almost like a pearl.
Mm,
Yeah. When I received it, it felt like I was receiving a pearl, a gift, a pearl, and it carries a lot of that frequency within it. Is the
mm.
wisdom of opalescent light, and that's higher frequencies. Yeah, it's very, very beautiful and powerful.
I saw Amber. Her glow was like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay, Wayne, you take it off and I'll work on it and I'll make no, Jenny, I'll send you an email and see what happens. Well, Teresa, no, Teresa, Trina. I'm reading too much here.
Teresa's on there, right? Hi,
Yeah,
Teresa.
no, that's what that's the word I
Love you,
said there.
Teresa.
Oh man, it's like okay.
Yep.
So Friday night, Andromeda 7. You're gonna
Yep.
do the drawing for that, and I think that's cool. And then Saturday you're on with Robert.
Yep. Milky
Okay.
Way Soul Tribe.
All
Yep.
right. Good, good, good. Um, beats the trap squirrels. Yeah, and they're
Right.
prettier too.
Right.
um, this is very
Wayne,
interesting. Yes.
thank you so much for that powerful point of focus that we can collectively grab on together. It's
Mm.
huge. So thank you for that, because it's something we can actually do. Most of us are going, how can I help?
I
How
think
can
the
I help?
message came from those on the other side. I think they're
Right?
telling
This is
us
how
how.
we help, guys. Really, this is
Yeah.
how we help.
Yeah.
And it will make the most difference. It
Mm.
really will. So thank you for that. Thank you for
Yeah,
that
well,
wisdom.
thank the goddess.
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
learning how
always.
to approach her now.
Oh,
She's a
yes.
pretty groovy person. You know that?
She knows how to make things happen in this
She
realm.
does. And
This is
we just
her
sent
realm.
everyone a hug. Yes. And we're going to get better at this. I hope to see this on the other channels. Just open up with giving everyone a hug. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Virtual hugs across the board.
absolutely. Yep. And
Yeah.
I buy the first round.
Yeah. In
Free
our
spirits.
imagination, we are the Magi Nation, and
We are.
imagine
Thank
the
you, Miss
same things
Julie.
together. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So Magi's,
We
let's
are
work with a
Magi's.
nation, one that's giving and offering hugs.
We are really groovy too.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Couldn't
We
come up
love
with this
you.
great information if we weren't, Wayne. Seriously, because this is literally what we need right now. We need to know what can we do, and this is what we can do. This will make the biggest, greatest energy shift. This is beautiful. So thank you guys for being a part of it. God, thank you so much.
And thank all of you Soul Tribe members. We love you. Thank you, all the moderators, and thank you for all the tribe members. I mean, we love you. And give everyone a hug.
Yeah.
I'm sending out some hugs to some people right now.
Yeah.
Giving you a high five, going, yeah.
Yeah.
Reach
Yeah.
high, reach low, too
That's
fast.
it.
I'm way too slow.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah. Powerful.
all right. Kaz, we love you too.
Yeah.
Teresa, everyone, we love you. Thank you. Cheesesteak, good to see you.
Yeah.
Um, we'll see y'all tomorrow, and then you'll see
Mhm.
Trina Friday night and Saturday.
Yeah.
All right,
Love
everyone.
you all.
Keep loving everybody.